G'day, I'm Mark from Self-Sufficient Man. We're back at the Teens Take Control farm. You might remember a few weeks ago I brought you the video of the opening of Teens Take Control and how they are making such a difference in giving food to the local residents here, the needy, to help with the cost of living. But not only that, these are teens that have been unruly, they aren't doing well at school, so instead they're on this program where they grow food for other people, learning skills, and they're making a big difference in their local community. And I want to show you an update of how much this is pumping now. We're going to go around. I've been given permission to grab our own little box of goodies and we'll harvest them along the way and fill this up. So let's get into it. Let's just start here. Now, check this out. They're growing beetroot and bok choy here in the shade of these pine trees. Why are they doing that? It's because we're just about to hit summer and it's really hot. And if you were growing these right in the middle of the sun where that corn is, which loves sun in summer, they would start frying. So this is very clever crop positioning. And Danny tells me he thins his beetroot out.
So here's our beets. Mark, I plant these to a single beet. Actually, when they come into the plugs there, it might be 2 or 3 beetroots, but I thin them out to 1.
Yep.
The reason I've seen your video.
Yeah. I'm an exception, mate, with a lot of things.
No, it's good. You grow some great beets, but have a look at the leaves on these. These are unbelievable. They just get enough right around the nutrients and stuff. Like, look at those.
So when you're farming for a community, it's different.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you're home gardening, you can not thin them out, and you can thin them out.
Because you need them.
Baby ones. Exactly. And let the other ones grow on.
But these. Yeah, I need these. This can't.
You want a consistent crop.
Yeah,
exactly.
So these are going well.
They look beautiful, don't they? Look at the size of them.
These are going to be harvested, some of them next week.
What was the variety?
Mate, I just get it through Ballara Nursery. It's just the red beetroot.
Red standard bull's blood. Or
very sweet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're going to have a look. These aren't fully grown yet, but just check them out. He thins them out. When you grow beetroot, they grow in a little clump. So one seed will grow about 4 seedlings. And then what I usually do as a home gardener is I'll let them grow in a clump and then I'll harvest them as they grow. I'll have baby beetroot, medium-sized beetroot, and then finally let the last one grow big. But in a farm situation, they much prefer that they have a more uniformity of growth. So when the seedlings come out, they spread them out and then they sow them separately like this. So I'm going to pinch a couple of these because these are going to go fantastic in a stew or pickled, on a sandwich, on a bun. You can eat the tops. And I just love what he's done here. Covering them with a little bit of this netting protects them from the bugs, but it also has a 10 or 15% shade, and that helps in this hot weather as well. Look, while we're here, I think we might better grab one of these bok choys. They look fantastic and they're at full size, so we might as well. Here's a little carrot just growing on the side here. Got away. Just leave him there to get to full size. There you go, they won't miss that one.
Mark, see the difference in the pumpkins? So these ones that are semi-shaded compared to this?
Yes.
They're doing a lot better.
Yeah, they are. I grew pumpkins underneath gum trees last year.
Yeah.
They did fabulous.
Yeah. People say, oh, it's going to be full sun, but they get flogged out there.
Yeah.
And I've got them growing on top of wood chips, so that you don't have to weed them. They just can grow. And
are they a Kent or?
Yeah, Kent.
Yeah. You've got corn at different sizes here. You can see the ear here is starting to form. Probably a couple of weeks away. These heads here, that will start falling down and it falls onto the head of the corn here on these strings, and that pollinates the cob and then it grows the kernels inside of it. It's quite complicated, corn. It's a wonderful plant and it grows so well in hot climates. They've got it at the full stage here, and up there they've got it underneath the netting, and the reason why they've protected it at that young stage is to stop the possums and, you know, the bandicoots and all that, or maybe not bandicoots but little wallabies coming in and gnawing them off. Once they get to about knee high, then they take the netting away and let it grow full steam. Here it is here, medium height. Now what Danny was telling me is these corn here in this area suffers from a corn grub, and that destroys the younger plants. So that's another reason why they cover the plants for a little while. But then he also uses an organic type of bacteria that they spray on the corn crops. It only lasts 48 hours and you can't water it. And that also gets into the caterpillar's stomach and it naturally kills it. And that's a really good organic way to control those grubs.
With these, what I want you to do, try and keep them like that, because they've got to be washed. So you start there and then move your way back, all right? Because that's it. So boys, we've got some guests here today. You want to say hello?
How are we? Good. Yeah. Not too bad, eh? And Urban Angels does all pre-packed meals?
Pre-packed meals. Once they cook them, they freeze them.
Yeah.
And you can either go there or they'll deliver to your door.
Yeah, right.
So 15,000 meals, and I think they've even stretched out to go to Gympie. So we're going to harvest these, and over there we'll have a production line. We'll wash them,
Yep.
And then we tip them, and then we put them in the foam boxes. But that's what the boys are doing today.
How's it going, fellas?
And the boy said you'd make that into a compost.
Yeah, they'll go into the compost heap down there. So nothing gets, it'll go back into the garden. Go to the chickens. Yeah.
Chickens would be happy.
Yes, absolutely.
Why do we not put the rest in?
Does it go faster, mate?
Why do we not put the rest in?
You're not squeezing it.
I am squeezing it.
Should go faster
No,
than that.
you can go like this. You can
Yeah, right.
adjust it. I'm getting it so that way I get it.
Yeah, go for it. It might be a bit bitey, mate.
Do you have, when the boys are doing it, do you have just one person in charge, or they all just kind of work together? And
No, they know what they've got to do. Riley's, where's Riley? I know Riley, he's the supervisor, so he knows what to do. This is the agreement for the boys. I did warn them that there's a few P's and Q's in there, but they've come up with like no C-bomb.
Yeah.
In public, it's 25 burpees if you do a C-bomb. No vaping, except on certain spots. 2,000 on the roller if you get caught vaping. Own your own shit. Keep your name and your hands and feet to yourself. No picky fighting in the gym or classroom. Phones only in breaks. Respect people and their space. Respect people's boundaries. What's that? Leave your shit at the door. If someone lost something, help them find it, and one in, all in.
Beautiful, mate.
And they signed it.
Very nice.
But they come up with that. Wasn't, this is what you're going to do?
Yeah.
You tell us.
yeah.
They own it.
They own it. And they've signed it.
Here we've got some carrots. I wouldn't mind some carrots. More carrots. I think I might see if I can harvest a few out of the centre here. Maybe half a dozen baby carrots for a stir fry or to boil up. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, look at this one. Look at that. Look at that spiral there with two carrots intertwined. Wow. How cool is that? So that's 3. This will make a really good soup. The tops also make a nice salad or sort of like a herb. And here's another 3. Oh, they'll be gorgeous. There we go. And the last thing I want to get is some spring onions. But before we do that, I want to show you some of these sunflowers up here. They have a history that is quite incredible. Let's go and have a look. These sunflowers are grown in the shape of a heart, and there's a reason for that. One of the board members on this combined charity, his parents unfortunately were on MH17, the flight that went down in Ukraine, that got shot down. Unfortunately, it's a terrible thing, but this beautiful thing has come out of it. These sunflowers, they originated from one sunflower head that was rescued from the plane crash site by an Australian journalist. They weren't able to bring them back to Australia straight away. Well, they sort of did, but they couldn't get them through quarantine. So Australian quarantine said, look, we can't let them through in case they've got disease. But what we can do is we can grow them for you, make sure they're disease free, and then that next generation, you can have the seeds of that. And we know then that they're okay and they're not going to introduce something horrible to Australia. 6 months later, they had the offspring or the head from these, just like these are. They had that seed, they gave that seed to the journalist who then was able to give that to relatives from the MH17 flight to grow more of these sunflowers. And I think this is probably about third generation now. We've got some at home, I'm growing them in pots, and you can also purchase them online, and we'll leave the details quickly on the screen where you can get them from. But isn't that a lovely story? You know, when you're making a soup or something like that, or a stir fry, you've got to have onion, and we've got plenty of spring onions down there, so let's go get them. Look at these. They look like my haircut when I was younger, before I started going bald. Which one will I take? Let's get, what they do here, Teens Take Control, they grow them deliberately in clumps like this. You'll often see spring onions in the store like this, with a band around them. Well, why not grow them like that? Why grow them individually and then stick them all together? That's just double handling. So here they grow them in the clumps, put a band around them, and then it goes off to be distributed to those who need the food. Isn't that fantastic? And that is going into our stir fry or soup tonight. So are the boys out here 7 days a week?
No, mate. Monday to Thursday, they don't come Fridays.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, I'm here 5 days a week. Yep. In my head, I'm here 24 hours a day.
Yeah. That's like anyone that's farming and looking after kids, right?
Doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So over here we've got beans. I swore I'd never grow beans again.
Is that because you don't like growing them?
I don't like harvesting them. And Darren said, "Oh, that's all right. The boys will harvest them." So they're fresh, mate. They're good.
Yeah. Are they dwarfy?
Yes, yeah. Honey grade dwarf, mate. I just hate harvesting them. There you go, mate.
Thank you.
It's all right. You'll be a vegan by the time you leave here.
This sort of stuff, why not, mate?
So yeah, they're seedlings. I've got to put corn in this week. Beetroot, it'll go in as well. Fruit trees, obviously the wind's knocked them over. So Fleming's Nursery donated us 10 fruit trees. So, which are just knocked over. Fleming's are just there, mate. There, just there. Yeah. So I've got 5 oranges and 5 mandarins.
Cool. Where are you going to put those?
You can see where I've got the circles here. There'll be a row of them all the way down here.
And what is like the end goal? What's the dream of it? Is it to keep it to a certain size and just work it over and keep it productive, or is it to grow it and get more youth here? Or
well, we're actually we're taking referrals for a female program from 2026.
Yeah, okay.
And we are taking new boys as well. Yep. So yeah, it'll get bigger, mate. I'll take you over here and I'll show you where we were going to expand. Just show you this stuff down here. So this irrigation, there was no irrigation here. A local business owner gave us $21,000 to put in the irrigation, the tank and stuff. Just had a couple of conversations with him and he said, yeah, go for it.
And how did you get into it? And why did you get into it, I suppose?
I used to live in Inverell in northern New South Wales. And I had a food charity garden there,
yep.
but it was mainly for people with disabilities, for an activity for them. They'd grow food and that food would then be delivered free of charge to low-income elderly pensioners and Aboriginal elders through Inverell.
Yep.
Then we expanded from Inverell to Moree to Glen Innes, so we just got bigger.
Yeah, right.
So we're delivering about 140 pensioners a week just to their door. But it gave the people with disabilities, you know, a means to productively participate.
Yep.
But for them to knock on someone's door and say, here's your veggies, you know, it was a big thing for them.
Yeah.
So I did that then. I was out of the game for 7 years. And my wife used to call that, which was the best food garden, my marriage, and she was my affair. But before I started...
It's like chefing, it's like restaurants.
But before I started this project, I said, you ready to do this again? And she said, yeah, go for it. So,
right.
yeah. So,
Yeah, get out of here, Danny,
yeah,
get out of here.
yeah. So
Shall works at ETC?
I used to work, at ETC too.
Oh, okay, rightio.
I worked at ETC for 7 years.
Yeah, right.
I'm just going to turn this irrigation off. So all this is chemical free. We don't use any sprays or anything. All our organic fertilisers are donated. We use crushed mineral rock here too. It's donated. Seedlings are donated. If I need any civil work, it's donated. Irrigation's been donated. It's amazing the response up here. Oh, I've lived in several communities. I've never ever seen the generosity as what I've seen up here on the Sunshine Coast. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But as you mentioned up there, mate, that it's a very diverse project, this. It incorporates a lot of different organisations.
Yeah, there's a lot of different people here.
The social impact that this as a whole has got on this community is huge.
For such a small area too.
Yeah,
Like when you look at it, it's not massive as in the footprint, but to be able to give that much food and like that much employment for people is pretty good.
We intensively farm here too, so we grow. As soon as one crop's out, next crop's in.
So what do you reckon? How cool is this? Thanks to Danny and Teens Take Control, we're going to be eating well tonight. I tell you what, I am so jealous of the way they are growing food here in such a short period of time. It just goes to show, if you put in the hard yards, you can make anything grow really well. I'm proud of the boys, I'm proud of Danny, I'm proud of being an ambassador for this cause. This is a really good thing. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did, make sure you give it a big Teens Take Control thumbs up, share it around, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.